Secession agitators can't intimidate, bully Buhari, presidency declares. The presidency has asked Nigerians to ignore those calling for secession, saying President Muhammadu Buhari cannot be intimidated and bullied by their selfish interests. The seat of the power also ruled out the calls for another national conference to discuss the most talk about unity of Nigeria. Speaking on Thursday as the National Secretariat of APC during a media interface organized by the APC Presidential Group, the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Malam Garba Shehu, also declared that the President is not ready to give any monetary rewards at settlement to secession agitators. Malam Shehu said the presidency has been talking contrary to the made believe by the critics. The presidency has been talking, and our position is clear that this country is one, is united by the grace of God, will continue to be united. Look, one thing with this president is that you can't intimidate Buhari, you can't bully him. A lot of these people who are calling for secessions are the problem of this country, and I'm happy that reasonable voices are now rising. Is it not only yesterday we are reading Afenifere, the most credible faction of Afenifere, saying we are not for secession? The Ohaneze Ndigbo said this is over and over again. So these things about secession is they had used it in the past. You create secession and break up Nigeria, and then you intimidate the sitting leader, and then he opens the boot and he brings money to settle people. President Buhari will pay no one. He is not going to pay, and he is and now it is clear that having ignored all of that, reasonable opinions are coming from those states and from those regions. The governors in the southwest, we have all helped them. They have denounced all of these things. So it is a shame. Nigeria wants to be one. They want to continue. Yes, there are problems, and we are hoping that as people united and loving one another, we will come together and solve our problems. When asked whether President Buhari will convene another nation conference to discuss the unity of Nigeria, the president spokesman urged those calling for it to understand the functions of the parliament in the democratic system of government. What national conference do more than a parliament? Anyone who is a Democrat in heart, in practice, in their belief, they should believe in the tripartite structures. Tripartite structures of government. Government that are Democrats, there must be a parliament, the executive arms of the government, and the judiciary, each one being independent and cooperating with one another. We have an elected parliament whose mandate is to be the custodian of the sovereignty of the Nigerian people. Look, a lot of these people were crying for this succession. They are unelectable. If you think you are electable, go and contest for a parliamentary seat, whether House of Representatives or Senate, and come and table an amendment for the Constitution. The process is ongoing as we speak now under the Deputy Senate President. They are calling for memoranda. Why can't you present what you want? So the issue is that people who are not Democrats want a parallel parliament to be set up, and this constitution does not recognize the parliament in this country. We have one parliament that is sovereign, that is the custodian of the sovereignty of the Nigerian people. If your member representing you has failed to present this request that you want, whether it is change of structure of state, local government, or national level, pull him out 4 years after. Don't vote for him, but another representative who will do what you want. This is how Democrat works, period. Election, Shehu said. While reliving out the achievement of Buhari-led administration, Shehu said the president has done well, especially in infrastructure and poverty alleviation and others. In 2016, President Muhammad Buhari launched the National Social Investment Program, currently the largest such program in Africa and one of the largest in the world. Currently, the National Social Register of Poor and Vulnerable Nigerians, NRS, has 32.6 million persons from more than 7 million poor and vulnerable households identified across 708 local government areas, 8,732 wards, and 86,610 communities across 36 states of the country and the FCT. From this number, 1.6 million poor and vulnerable households, comprising more than 8 million individuals in 45,744 communities from 5,483 wards of 555 local government areas in 35 states and the FCT, are currently benefiting from the Conditional Cash Transfer (CCT) program, which pays a bi-monthly stipend of 10,000 naira per household. In January 2019, President Buhari launched a Nigerian's micro pension scheme, which allows self-employed persons and persons working in organizations with less than 3 employees to save for the provision of pensions at retirement or incapacitation. Establishment of Survival Fund, National Youth Investment Fund, and National Special Public Works Program, and the COVID-19 Targeted Credit Facility, TCF, to support millions of small businesses, households, and young people with federal grant, loans, and stipends. Speaking earlier, National Secretary of APC Caretaker Committee, Senator James Akpan-Duhe, accused opposition parties of playing politics with President Buhari's achievement. They want to downgrade the government. There have not been a government like this in this history of the nation. And I am not playing politics. Show me any government that has done more than President Buhari, that has direct link with the masses. Well, be as it may, the personal spokesperson to the Muhammad Buhari, the person of Shehu Garuba, you have spoken well. You are just speaking the area where the president has done something meaningful in the history of Nigeria. What we are saying is that let the president and his entourage stop the insurgent in this country. That is what the people want. It is the insurgent, it is the insecurity of this nation that wake people to start agitating that we need our own nation. Understand this point.